2009 wasn't your best year.
It was my best year, though. I think it was my best form ever, but my worst year.
Crashing or
Yes.
getting crashed. I mean, what, broken this and busted that.
Everything. 8 broken bones. I crashed 4 different times. I crashed in California and I busted up my knee and had deep knee bruising, so 2 weeks off the bike. I show up at the Basque Country, was the best form I've ever had in my career, hands down. It was such a shame because none of the fans back home got to really see it, but it was the best form of my life, I'm sure of it. And I crashed there on stage 4 and broke a collarbone and 2 ribs, so I came back to the couch. Went to the Giro. I did a Tour of Gila with Lance and Levi with a broken collarbone. I still couldn't put a t-shirt on, and I did that race right in the front all day. And then we hadn't been paid for almost 3 months at the Tour of the Gila, but we flew the private jet back to Denver, and we flew first class to the Giro. I don't know how that happened, but thank God Lance is on the team. Somebody had to pay that bill. I don't know who, but somebody paid that bill. And so we're doing the Tour of Gila, and we're at the Tour of Gila, just 3 of us. We got Johan Brunel as our director. We got 2 mechanics. We got 3 or 4 soigneurs. We got managers and of Lance's managers helping out. We got a bus driver. We got an RV. We got Suburbans. But we raced for no money. We hadn't been paid. We didn't take any prize money, but we did fly a private jet back and we flew first class to the Giro. And then at the Giro, the great form again at the Giros. I don't know how. I don't know. I put it together mentally. I survived on the couch, and I put it back together with the training I had. Showed up at the Giro with again the best form I've ever had. Was riding fantastic. We had summit finishes where there's 5 of us coming to the sprint, and it was DeLuca, Basso, Minchoff, myself, and Levi. And so the form was the best it's ever been. And then on stage 10, I broke my leg, and then I'm back to the couch again.
It wasn't a good year.
It wasn't a good. It was, but it wasn't. I knew it was the best form of my life, and so for that, I was trying to stay focused. But I also knew I was watching the best form of my life disappear as I'm sitting on the couch watching these races that I just got done breaking something and leaving. So I'm trying to stay motivated, but you're depressed, but you're trying to stay motivated. And so the first week is really ugly for me and even uglier for my girlfriend, and she's watching it as I'm on the couch grumpy and upset. And so, after that, I decided, okay, I think I could have gone top 5 at the Giro, so let's focus on doing the Tour. And so the Tour starts coming around, and I'm told from Johan, you're on the Tour team, don't worry. Go to Aspen, train with Levi and Lance, and don't worry about the leg. We don't expect you to be 100% there. We got faith in you. You'll be fine. And I tell Johan, it's like, no, I want to go to San Diego because the weather's going to be 90 degrees. I'm going to be at my house. I don't want to be training at 8,500 feet because I've never trained that high before. But Johan's like, no, you got to go train with Lance. We got to at least have you training good and all that stuff. So okay, I pack up. I go up there and I train with Lance and Levi, and we're having great training days, fantastic. And the team's like, okay, what day you want to fly out? I said, I want to fly out Tuesday. And this is about 10 days before, and they're like, okay, no problem. So we'll have you a ticket on Thursday. Thursday comes, no ticket. Friday comes, no ticket. Monday comes, no ticket. Tuesday comes, no ticket. And I get a telephone call, you're not going to the Tour. And so now I'm really angry. So I missed the Tour, go back to San Diego, back to the couch. Hang out on the couch for a little bit, start training again. And now I'm getting refocused. I'm like, okay, you got the Tour of Spain coming, stay focused again. We'll do the Tour of Spain. So I arrive at the Tour of Spain with some fabulous form again. And on stage 4, about 80 guys crashed into a wall, and my face was first to hit it. So I had some nerve damage done up here. I had a broken hand. I had a fractured pelvis, and I was back home on the couch again.
Were you beginning to think, 38 years old, I can't keep doing this to myself?
No, never occurred to me.
I'll go ride over there for 280 bucks.
Yeah, I'll go over there again, no problem. And so at that point in time, you need about at least a good 6 weeks to recover, and I had 7 weeks till the end of the season, and so I decided I'd come back for the last week of the season at the Tour of Lombardy and give it one more go. So I got it organized again, starving myself, doing the training again, recovering from the broken, because when you have the broken bones, and all mine were fractures, so they weren't stuff where you really need to cast, and it was stuff where you need about 2 weeks rest, and then you can train, but you just couldn't race, because racing puts a whole nother kind of pressure on a fractured bone than training does. And of course, if you crash during the race, then it's end of the story altogether. So you need 6 weeks from racing, but you only really need 2 weeks off the bike. And so I'd take 2 weeks off the bike, and then I'd just train in pain for 4 weeks, and then arrive at the next race. And then arrived at Lombardy. I think I went top 10 there. I can't exactly remember if it was the 8th or 10th or something.
So you're still building form as you work your way towards your second puberty.
Yes, exactly. Still waiting for my hair to grow back in, but.
And you go into last year, and we talked about the tour already, but like the classics, you went and did a bunch, Liège, Bastogne Liège, and Flèche Wallonne, and I'm probably not saying them right, and you're racing for a podium in all of those.
Yeah, and the classics was great. Last year I went into, we started off, the first race was Sardinia, is one of the islands just off of Italy, and I got second to Roman Kushinger there, so that was a great result overall, and then I went to Paris-Nice, and that was a bad ride, but I had some good stages there that should have had some good form. And Criterium International, I went top 10 at Criterium International, and I think I could have did better, but I had to do some work for a teammate. And when I got to the Basque Country, I told Ekimov was our director there, and so I went up to Eki. As soon as I arrived at the hotel, I started asking the mechanics. You say hi to mechanics, hi to Soigneur. I'm asking mechanics, where's the director? Oh, he's here. So I go find the director, and I go find Eki, and I'm like, Eki, I'm the leader at this race. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to win it. And so he's looking at me kind of funny because he's been the director for 3 years with me, and I always am working for Levi, Lance, Clody, Alberto, or something. And so he's like, okay, we'll make you one of the leaders. One of the leaders is code word for you're on your own, buddy, but you won't have to get water for anybody. So it really like that's not like, okay, we're gonna dedicate 7 guys and put them on the front for you and drive it into the climb for you. We're gonna keep you out of the wind. That's when they go back there to get bottles for Clody, they'll grab some bottles for you, and you won't have to do that on your own. So I'm like, one of the leaders. No, Eki, I'm ready to be the leader. Okay. so I had to do a little bit of fighting, but in the end, I ended up winning in the time trial there and winning the overall. And after that, that really helps your status of where you're at in the team. And so now I'm still one of the leaders. But even as being one of the leaders is you have a lot more freedom to at least arrive at the last climb with some freshness in the legs.
A little support.
Yes.
Do you guys ever roll up by Christian or Levi or Ryder? I mean, we have our motto here at the Redlands Bike Classic is where legends are born.
Yeah, I think it's true. I mean, when we're doing the ride this morning, we got blessed with sunshine, so I thought the ride this morning was going to get canceled, but we got some good sunshine and we did the course. And when you think about what kind of talent has come to the Redlands Bicycle Classic and then gone on, Ryder's done it, Levi's done it, Vaughters has done it, Christian Vanderveld, myself, Gord Fraser, Scott Loninger. These are all guys that have gone on to doing some great stuff in Europe. Of course, Floyd, for better or worse. So there's been a lot of talent that's come through the Redlands and stuff. But yeah, we talk about it. We'll be in Europe talking about, you remember when we did this race at Redlands and stuff like that. Cadel Evans came to Redlands. Michael Rogers has raced Redlands too. And so Michael Rogers, multi-time world time trial champion. And so there's been some great talent. Yevgeny Berzin did Redlands back in '94 or something like that, and later went on to win the Giro d'Italia. So incredible talent that showed up here in SoCal.
What's some of the silly stuff you guys talk about when you're rolling out? The brake goes and you're going to let it go for like a story you can tell.
You can't. I mean, we're just talking about a wide range of stuff. I mean, it's not, if I'm next to Jens Voigt, I mean, that guy's got 9 kids. And so I'll come up, yeah, he's got 9 kids. So I'll come up to him and we'll just talk about stupid stuff that our kids have been doing lately and stuff like that. So that's not strange. And then when I'm talking with Levi, we're just totally talking about the race and the tactics of what's going on, what we think's going to happen. when you're talking to Lance, it's more with Lance. It's just like what's going on in your everyday life. We're really not talking business too much because he talks business his whole days, and so whenever I'm riding with Lance, it's about what we're going to be doing after this race finishes and where we're going and stuff like that.
Are there guys you look for in that group?
All the time.
Like
Yeah.
buddies,
Oh,
dudes
yeah,
that ride for other teams?
Yeah. And with Ryder Hedgenall Ryder literally did almost my exact same program last year. We were, every race he was at, I was at, so we were battling with each other. Like, we battled at the Basque Country, we battled at the Classics, we battled at the Tour de France, we battled at the Canadian Pro Tour races. I mean, every result he had and every result I had came against with him and I just battling each other. And so, but also Ryder and I have a lot of respect for each other because we have our time spent in the States was spent usually together, and then our time in Europe spent together too, versus where a lot of times when you look at Lance and I, he was racing in Europe when I was domestic, and then we only overlapped these last few years together, really.
You gonna kick Ryder's butt this year?
Oh yeah, everybody.
So what's your program for this year?
This year?
Do you know? I mean,
oh yeah,
you got an
absolutely.
idea.
We got like I said, I'm one of the leaders, so we'll get to know, and that's the upside. When you're one of the leaders, you actually get the upside is you get to pick your schedule of races that you want to do. And for me, I don't like doing races I haven't done before. I'm too old for that. I want to go back to the place. I want to know where I'm at. I want to know what kind of food to expect to get, what the race looks like, what the climbs look like on the day. And so for me, I go back, I have a great program, and because this year we do Utah and we do Colorado, normally I would rest after the Tour de France, but now I got to keep going after the Tour. So usually I would start in early February, or late February, or early February, but this year I don't race again until the 21st of next month, and I start at Catalonia, which is one of the Pro Tour races in Spain. And so I'll do Catalonia as a warm-up for the Basque Country, do the Basque Country, and then go to the Classics, do Amstel, Flesch, Liège. After Liège, come back, do Tour of California. After California, Tour of Swiss, Tour de France, Utah. I got a Grand Fondo in Bend that my girlfriend's putting on, so I'll show up at one of the Grand Fondos. Do that, after that, Tour of Colorado. And then after Colorado, we'll probably back over to Europe for a small time or a break, and then come back for the Canadian races.
I would suspect you could probably do a Grand Fondo in Redlands.
Yeah, absolutely.
And fill it up.
Absolutely.